Welcome to another episode Solitaire Quest, episode 443, Star Trek Starfleet Academy, episode 9. Episode 9. We're going back into the absolute insanity that is Kurtzman Trek with the Starfleet Learning Academy. So, yeah, got my note. I got my notebook right here. So yeah, found it on the ground, and yeah, it's serving an adequate. It's an adequate notebook, I tell you. Also, on an unrelated note, there's some sort of ghost or some sort of spirit that's haunting me. So, pretty weird. Pretty weird, but pretty friendly though. Anyway. So yeah. Starfleet Learning Academy, Episode 9. So, everyone is partying because they're going to Beta Z for some reason. They're partying as they're going to Beta Z. They've completed their first year of the Starfleet Learning Academy. They have leared a whole bunch of information over the year, and now they're 1 year into the course and stuff and such. So yeah, Jaden invites people into his house in a ceremony, and they gotta drink from a bowl. Caleb doesn't drink from the bowl, has a awkward conversation with Betazoid chick. Meanwhile, in the captain's office, there's Admiral Vance and the blonde chick and I think he's a War Academy guy or something. There's apparently an Omega bomb that was stolen by Paul Giamatti. So yeah, apparently artificial Omega exists in the 31st century. So, yes, the stuff that can destroy subspace and prevent warp travel has been mass manufactured by Starfleet and the Federation, and Paul Giamatti has stolen it from the place. Which, yeah, canonically, it's like Omega. A single molecule of this stuff is said to have enough power to have roughly 50 warp cores worth of power, and the Federation has made a whole bunch of the Omega molecule in vast quantities. And how long have they been making the Omega particles? Don't really know. How long have they been mass manufacturing them? Don't really know. Why aren't they using Omega particles to power all their spaceships and their 31st century technology if it's so stable and they can make artificial Omega, which, yeah, Omega can only be made artificially. So apparently it's like Omega 47 or something. Omega is naturally an artificial, it's naturally an artificial element, and there are at least 47 variants. Omega 47 implies that there are now 47 variants of this Omega. So why isn't the Federation using the Omega to power all their ships? A substance that can produce, canonically, it can produce the power of 50 fucking warp cores, canonically. Which is what it was said, which is what they said or something back in the day, if I remember correct. If I'm remembering correctly. I don't know. My memory is a bit faded right now. It's a work day for me and whatnot. So yeah. Hologram chick beams in, just teleports into Caleb's room. And yeah, with the help of the hologram chick, Caleb is able to decode the frequency, some sort of frequency, using an old suggestion using a suggestion from the hologram chick to remember the name of a star, so he can access a whole bunch of recorded messages left by his mother. So yeah, for some reason this isn't his. It's like he was having trouble decoding the frequency. I guess he has like okay, yeah. He's trying to decode a frequency and whatnot. And that somehow lets him access a whole bunch of messages sent by his mother to him. So it's like, where are these messages being stored on a server? Are they being stored on a comm relay? Because why doesn't Caleb just go to the server, the comm relay, to basically download the information, the messages? Are these comm messages? Are these messages being stored in some sort of cloud, some sort of ether cloud, some comm frequency cloud that Caleb can access, that they have, or something? Yeah. I mean, yeah, it doesn't really fucking make sense. So my mind's a bit cooked, so yeah. It's like, is he accessing some sort of cloud data farm or some sort of server or something? Are the messages just somewhere in the ether and he has to somehow hack the frequency or something? I don't know. Make this it's like, is it's like he trying, it's yeah. So yeah, Caleb now has access to 20 years of messages from a database somehow, because he uses the word he's supposed to remember for the star. Oh yeah. So everyone is on edge as they're taking first year cadets into a situation as they go to Beta Z. Presumably they're going to drop off their kids at Beta Z or something. So yeah, Caleb tries to steal a shuttle, but Genesis, hologram chick, and Prince guy ambush him, and they go with him on this shuttle. So yeah, they take a transwarp corridor to the planet where Caleb's mom is gonna be, and it's gonna be attacked by Paul Giamatti's faction of people. It's gonna be annexed by it, and we go to like basically we go to planet we go to planet I guess like planet freaking poor people. We go to Shady Market Planet, and they land their shuttle, and I guess somehow it's not detected by Paul Giamatti's faction. A shuttle just transwarped in, and it's like it's like this shuttle. It's like couldn't they just? It's like they got programmable matter. It's like couldn't they? It's like couldn't they just rig up some kind of illusion or something to make the ship not look a bit like a Federation ship or something? Well, anyway, so instead of being immediately captured by Paul Giamatti's faction, I don't remember their name or something. I don't remember the details, but yeah. So yeah, the blonde chick, she decides to go after them. Caleb looks for his mom on planet Shady Market Planet. So yeah, Tatiana Maslany finally finds Caleb. At this point, Caleb, hologram chick, Prince Guy, and Genesis, they're all separated. I'm talking about Genesis, the chick, not the band. Which would have been better. They should have brought in Phil Collins, Peter Gabriel. It would have been better, if you ask me. So, yes, Tatiana Maslany doesn't look aged. You'd think she'd be aged, but I don't know. She'd be it's like her son, the character. They looked about the same age. They look roughly the same age. I don't know, give or take. So yeah, she escapes to the planet, and she didn't. And for some reason, she didn't join Paul Giamatti. She managed to escape. So yeah, Genesis chick, hologram chick, and Prince Guy, they all catch up with Caleb. And I should say, they had the Prince Guy, it's like in the shuttle, he was a bit wasted and he ended up throwing up sparkles or some shit. That was just fucking retarded, if you ask me, but that's just me. Alright. Alright. So yeah, blonde chick catches Jaden and the Banazoid chick inside the freaking catches them on the ship. I wrote down my notebook, no Jem Hadar chick in this episode. So yeah, Caleb can't tell his mom that he's in Starfleet Academy. For some reason, he could just say, "Hey, it's like I'm in Starfleet. I know you're." It's like he could have just said to his mom, "It's like don't be upset, but I joined Starfleet Academy. I'm totally using their resource, or just to use their resources. It's like you could have just said, it's like I joined Starfleet Academy. It's like, don't be upset. I joined Starfleet Academy because the blonde chick felt really bad about separating me from you. So it's like I'm using them to find you. It's just a long con. But no, we definitely got to get out of here because it's like we got to get out of here because these people are all right, you know. It's like Caleb could have just explained to his mom. It's like, hey, it's like, yeah, could have just explained everything. Could have just gave her the recap. But no. Instead, we get a sequence where Caleb insults Genesis, the hologram chick, and freaking the prince guy. And yeah, we got feelings inside a room, and they all get cornered. They all get cornered by Paul Giamatti's faction, and a hologram chick, the prince guy in Genesis, gets captured. So, yeah. So it's like this hologram chick, right? She has the power to teleport around. She's a hologram. She's made out of light. She can teleport around. She can become intangible. She can teleport around. She can become intangible. She's made out of light. So presumably she can move as fast as her internal processors and imaging abilities can allow. So for some reason, this hologram chick, she isn't just like turning into like the ghost warrior, just teleporting around and then just whacking all the people that are trying to capture them. She can just be jumping around, just like handing out karate chops. Like she's an AI. She can theoretically download all of the combat information and data. She can download all the combat information. She should be like Neo. She should be like Neo in the Matrix, but like an intangible Neo who can who can teleport around, who can presumably just knock everyone out. So yeah, I wrote down my notebook. It's like, yeah, she doesn't do that. So yeah, Caleb and Tatiana Maslany rescue them. So yeah, the blonde chick shows up with her ship, but Tatiana Maslany becomes injured, I guess. So yeah, they all beam up to the ship. They forget the shuttle on the surface. Hell, I don't. It's like they could. It's like, yeah, they could have. I don't know. It's like they could have just. I don't get why they didn't set up something with the shuttle to like beam them to the shuttle to escape. I don't know. So yeah, uh, the blonde chick shows it up and teleports them to the ship, and they try to escape, but then Paul Giamatti, his ships show up, and his ships they fire on the ship, they fire on the blonde chick's ship, the Athena or whatever, and they knock it out of warp. They knock the ship out of warp. So yeah. So what? They knock the ship out of the warp and they put the ship in tractor beams. So with all of their options, it's like they decide to just detach the main saucer unit from the ship, from I guess the nacelle ring or something. I don't from the main section of the ship. So yeah. So what ends up happening is Paul Giamatti's faction. It's like they're using he reveals an entire holographic. He reveals an entire. It's like what he has done is he has mined all around the Federation's territory. He has mined all around the Federation's territory and above and below it with Omega mines. And if they fly too close to the mines will blow up and it will destroy subspace. It'll destroy subspace. So, yeah. Okay, yeah, this is, and it's all, and the mines, they generate some kind of hexagonal force field around the entirety of the Federation's borders. So, yeah. So Paul Giamatti, he stole from the Federation enough Omega particles to mine the borders of the Federation. It's like, if you have that much Omega particles, why don't you just use those Omega particles to power your ships? It'd be a potent power source. You'd never need dilithium ever again. It's like in Star Trek Voyager, they had a proof of concept for stabilizing Omega. And I realize right now the card game here is not solvable, but oh well. It's like, in Star Trek Voyager, they have the proof of concept for stabilizing Omega, and it's the 31st century by now. It's like Paul Giamatti, it's like, the Federate is like, why doesn't he just, why the hell doesn't Paul Giamatti just uh, use the Omega particles to basically power his ships indefinitely with that amount of Omega. And yeah, so how the hell, and also, how the hell did Paul Giamatti's faction manage to mine the Federation? Put mines around the Federation. How the hell did he manage to do that in such a short period of time from when he stole it? Because that's a lot of mines. How did he managed to build that many mines in such a short amount of time? And Omega in the 31st century, Omega is so stable that it can handle it with such accuracy, such as to use it in mines. They can use it as mines. They can use them as Omega as mines. How it's like you should be able. It's like you should be able to basically, with that amount of Omega. It's like you basically have enough firepower. You can basically power your ships indefinitely. You'd have enough energy to basically fuel your empire or whatever forever. You basically have a source of limitless power. You can use that limitless power to power replicators, to build massive fleets. You can literally with that amount of Omega, you could basically build a frickin'. You can build your own with matter replicators. You can basically build whatever. You have you have a metric fuck ton of energy, basically. And you use that energy to mine the Federation's territory. That's basic. That's like literally the most stupid thing you could do with such amount of power with Omega. That's literally the most stupid thing you can do. Because the galaxy is moving through space. The galaxy is moving through space. Those individual pockets of subspace that you have just destroyed, they're gonna be moving through the galaxy. It's gonna be drifting. Eventually the pockets of subspace, your star systems will, or whatever star systems you have, like whatever star systems you have, it's like the pocket of destroyed subspace. It's like space is moving, so presumably that pocket of subspace is also of destroyed subspace is also moving. It's going to be moving it's going to be moving throughout space due to drift and whatnot. Like, but yeah, it's like you have enough Omega basically to fuel your empire indefinitely, to fuel your ships. You basically have all that power and you use it for fucking that. Like Paul Giamatti, he could have taken all that Omega It's like, and just like, yeah, it blows my mind. My mind's a bit cooked. So yeah, I wrote down my notebook. It's like, yeah, it's like he's mining Federation territory instead of literally doing anything else, like powering his ships. And meanwhile, it's like the USS Athena, the blonde chick ship, it's outside of this barrier. So, the blonde chick, Tig Notaro, yeah, and also the EMH doctor and all the students that were on board the ship, and this like the group of students that were there on the ship, they all have to somehow bring down this minefield. Somehow. Also, it's like what? I mean, yeah. So, yes. This freaking cooks my mind. Because how long has the Federation had Omega in such a stable state? How long? Is the stockpile pre-burn? Was it built up during the years of the burn? In the intermarrying years? How much? How it's like when did the Federation have this? And why isn't the Federation using this Omega to power their ships? To be basically to have like this the space, like to have like the basically space supremacy with all this Omega. Why aren't they powering their own ships with this? It would presumably be a power source. Doesn't need dilithium crystals. Doesn't need matter and doesn't need antimatter. So yeah. You know, it's just this entire episode is just so egregious to canon, just so freaking stupid. I know there's probably there's on a second viewing, it's like there's probably stuff I missed in this episode that's egregious, but it's like this is just mind-bogglingly stupid. Especially with the pre-established lore. It's like, yeah. But no, yeah. And also, what happens if the Federation is also able? What happens if What happens if the Federation? What happens if a faction other than the Federation is able to basically remotely disarm these mines? It's like automatic that Paul Giamatti's faction would then they'd lose out. They'd lose the Omega molecules to other factions. You know, it's like just use this. Yeah, it's like just use the stuff to power your ships. You could basically use the stuff to power an empire. It's like that's. Ugh. I'm tired right now. I'm repeating myself. But no, yeah, this is absolute insanity. And if I'm not mistaken, one more episode to go. So anyway, I'm your host, the Blood Knight of the Old Republic of Bloodganistan. Like, share, and subscribe. Stay frosty, stay sexy, San Diego. Get your jewels in one where you can. I am a spaceman. This in GameStop. Keep your sticks on the ice and the cards on the table. Peace out, folks. Peace out.